Are your kitchen and bathroom way overdue for a remodel? Well, I got the guy for you. Call John Sellers at First Response Contracting, 484-256-7136. Both residential and commercial services, and he's licensed and insured. Call him at 484-256-7136. First Response Contracting.
From real estate
Affects the market as a whole, which then sometimes will affect the tenant.
Right. It'll come in.
to real life.
We all learn in different ways. If you think about it, Wayne Dyer might not attract everybody.
And everything in between.
Mission was really to help people just to reach their full potential.
The Brad Weisman Show. And now, your host, Brad Weisman.
All right. We got a good show. Got a great show.
Yes.
Lined up here. We do. We really do. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I've been talking to these two people for quite some time. Actually, they were scheduled to come on once before, and something happened. They were flying into Pittsburgh or something like that. I can't remember the exact details, but they were flying into Pittsburgh, and they ended up having to cancel because they couldn't get to somewhere they could be on Wi-Fi or whatever. They are like stars, too. Mm-hmm. They have a show on A&E. And also on Hulu. It's called 50-50 Flip. Now, I don't know if you know what flip means.
Okay, what does that mean?
Not like a backflip. This is like this is taking real estate. And you find a house that's in pretty bad shape, and you end up putting in so much money, and then you end up selling it, and that's what it's called, a flip.
Oh.
Yeah, it's called a flip. Right. I did one in my career, and I have to say I was terrible at it.
I
was terrible. And I'm going to tell them, when we talk to them, I'm going to let them know about my bad experience of doing one flip. But actually, we have Dedric and Krystal Polite. They have a show on A&E and Hulu. And like I said, it's called 50-50 Flip. They already had filmed and did their second season. It is a really good show. I watched an episode last night. It was really, really good. I watched the episode Location. It was really good. And they're very dynamic. They have a great show. And they are here to talk to us about how they do these flips. Dedric and Krystal, how are you doing?
Brad, we are doing awesome. Thanks for having us.
You're very welcome. Yes, so you're from North Carolina?
No, we're not. I'm from South Carolina. Grew up in Boston.
South Carolina. Oh, wait, so you're from South Carolina, grew up in Boston. Okay.
In Boston.
And Krystal, where are you from?
I'm from North Carolina, but I also grew up in Boston. So that's where we actually met.
Wow. So you were closer together. You were closer where you grew up. Then you went to Boston to meet, just because, people go to Boston to meet. It's just a normal thing, right?
Right. Yeah. When we were kids, our parents both moved to Boston in the late 80s.
Oh, that's crazy.
Lived there a majority of our life.
Unbelievable. So you are doing this show, which is incredible. I did watch an episode of it last night. I watched a bunch of little pieces, but then I watched a full episode, and it was really, really good. You guys have a great team working for you, and we're going to get into how did you get from, I don't know what you were doing before, but how did you get to be a reality show on A&E and Hulu? I mean, how did it get to there?
Yeah, I mean, we both were working regular jobs. I was doing software sales. I hated it. I hated working for someone else. I always wanted to get into real estate. She was doing a corporate job, right? Working from home on a computer, on a headset all day. And I'd always wanted to get into real estate. So we got into real estate in 2017. Started out, our goal was to build a buy and hold rental portfolio. But we didn't have a lot of money when we first got started. So we started out wholesaling and flipping contracts. We did that. We started building a small rental portfolio, and we were renovating all these houses and documenting that process on social media. And then one day, A&E reached out to us. They slid in our DMs, and they did it multiple times, and we didn't really pay attention to it.
You probably thought it was spam, right?
We thought it was spam, right?
Yeah.
And then, they finally got in touch with us, and they were like, hey, we're looking to do a TV show on a couple in North Carolina, and we found you guys. And we were honored, but we were like, well, we don't flip houses. We're buying properties, we'll renovate them, and we actually rent them out. We don't really sell. And they were like, we don't care. They're like, we just want to document what you guys are doing because we need to do a TV show on a couple in North Carolina.
Well, it wasn't really they were looking for anyone specifically in North Carolina. They were just looking for their next couple to do a flip show, and they were getting back into the home space. So they had been out of it for years. What did they say?
Since Dan Merrill would flip that house. A&E had not been in home renovations for years.
Right. Yeah.
back into it, and they were looking to greenlight 3 shows. They were going through hundreds of applicants, hundreds of people, and we were one of them, and we ended up being the final.
That's
one of
amazing.
The final 3.
Do you remember getting that call?
Yes, it was actually during COVID. So during that time, we had been going through round after round, and it was a lot of Zoom calls, and every Zoom call, it would be more and more people on the Zoom call.
From the network.
And then the final one, we were really just like, hey, we're not going to do it, but let's just see how far we can get, because it'll be cool for us to tell people, like,
It'll be a cool story at the
we
bar.
were like one of the finalists, one of the top 3-5. And so that's really all we had in mind. And then they was like, hey, we wanted to do a Zoom call with you guys. One more Zoom call. Would you mind? Da-da-da. We was like, no, sure, absolutely. We got on that call, and it was the attorneys, producers, like everyone was on the call. And it was like, well, we wanted to say we love you guys. We love what we've seen. The network loved the sizzle reel that we put together on you guys, and we want to offer you one of the shows.
That's
and
cool.
we were like,
You're really going to get it.
Yeah, right. So now you're like, oh no, now what do we do, right?
that's exactly what it was like. It was like,
We kind of have to do this now.
Yeah. Now you're like, all of a sudden you start getting nervous too. You're probably like, oh man, this is for real.
Because we never thought that we would actually get shows. We were just like, yeah, we're going to be able to tell people. See people on these calls, and we're taking pictures of the Zoom calls, like, so we can show people, like,
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious.
So it was definitely a shocker to us. And we was like, Dedric was like, well, we don't have to do it. I was like, yeah, we kind of do now. So that's how we ended up doing it.
That is cool though. And you know what? It's a fun story. It really is. It's a fun story. And it could have ended up that you told your friends, you know what? We got to number 3. The thing that's cool is that you were okay with that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you weren't like, it wasn't like your whole life you desired to be on A&E, and have a flip show. You guys kind of just started doing this, and you're doing what you love to do, which then actually what's funny too, passion shows through. And authenticity, and we talk about this a lot on the show, is authenticity shows through. When you're authentic about anything in life, people want to see it. People want to buy it. People want to be around it. They love authentic people. And that's what I noticed about the show too. When I was watching it last night, it was real. I felt very much like you guys were real about it. I mean, even though the steps didn't line up in the one show, and then you had a roof leak that came into the kitchen, that wasn't fun. But those things happen. So how many houses have you flipped now?
It's in the hundreds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And for TV, it's just 2 seasons. So I think we've done maybe 16 houses for television.
Wow.
And hundreds outside.
Yeah. And how much of it is real? I mean, it's mostly all real. I mean, those houses you actually flipped, right? I mean, they were your houses.
It's 100% real. So A&E shoots documentary style.
Okay, good.
It's not scripted.
It's not scripted. So, you do have some reality TV show that is scripted reality.
Yeah.
TV shows. It's documentary style. So they're literally coming in and just documenting what we're doing every single day. So when people see the houses, all we're doing is giving them our scope of work, our construction schedule. So our project manager's like, hey, this is what we're doing every day of this week.
Yeah.
This is what we'll be doing next week. And they're coming in and they're documenting it. The crazy thing is that means everything. So even when you don't want them to show something like a fire or a flood, it's like, they're like, oh no, we need that. Like,
yeah, well, of course, that stuff sells even more. I mean, I got to tell you, as much as I didn't like the roof leak, I was like, oh, this is kind of fun.
It's entertaining.
Because the drywall had fallen on. When it makes you feel like you realize that it's real at that point. When you guys came in and there was like drywall and water on the floor, I'm like,
real reaction.
Oh man, you got to be kidding me. But you know what? It made sense. The roof wasn't done. You guys had a wicked thunderstorm that came through. Your contractor explained it, and that's reality. That's life. This is what happens.
That's exactly what happens, and it's crazy because it seems like when you're filming a TV show, it's always happening.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Before it happens, and you don't really.
It's like whack-a-mole. You're trying to whack-a-mole, and you're like, only because these cameras are here, this shit keeps happening.
And we can't.
It's entertaining.
Yeah, and we can't go into the houses prior.
Yeah.
So people are seeing our real reaction. It's us really reacting because we're not allowed to go into the house that day on filming. And our project manager, our GC, and them are constant communication with our showrunners and producers. So they're knowing something's happened and we don't know.
That's actually really cool though, because then that way it's off there. Once again, you got the authentic reaction of, oh shit, look at our floor. You know what I mean? Look what just happened to our roof or whatever. Yeah, though that's really cool. And I noticed, and that's the way I noticed the show is that it wasn't, I could tell it wasn't scripted, obviously, because it was real, it was raw, and it was good. It was really good. Actually, you drew me in. I wasn't even going to watch the whole thing, I have to be honest, because I was tired. I was tired.
TV shows. It's going to be boring, but
and I was tired. My wife's like, you coming to bed? I'm like, yeah, I'll be up soon. Not knowing the episode was 45 minutes or whatever it is, an hour. So you drew me in, and next thing you know, I'm coming up to bed at 11:30 at night. She's like, what were you doing? I'm like, I can't even explain it right now. I said, I'll explain it to you tomorrow morning. That's funny. But no, it was really, really good. So let's go into, this is what I thought was interesting too, that you have no real estate license. Like this is something that you guys picked up, a love for doing the flips, and actually the rentals is how it started, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So you would fix them up and rent them.
Yeah, I mean, we put in our 10,000 hours. We don't have a real estate license, but we invested probably $250,000 in our education and paying mentors and paying over the past decade.
I believe that.
Learning the information that we need to learn. So we put in the hours, and people don't realize you don't need a real estate license to flip houses. Right now, in some states, there are a dozen states, but most states you don't need a license to flip. Yep. Right. So yeah, it's been amazing.
Yeah, it is amazing. Now, do you use I saw on the show you do use realtors though for your comps. There's a realtor because I remember at one point she said she gave you guys the comparables and where they fell in, and it fell in around 300. It was like 307, 304, and then the one was 300. And that's where you guys ended up, pricing it. So you have an agent that you have a relationship with that helps you out with that.
Oh yeah, we partner with agents, and our agents are indispensable on our team. We know how to run our own comps, but we always have our agent run comps just to check our comps to make sure we're on the right way.
Oh yeah, and we tell people, like, you get a investor-friendly realtor, one who really is invested in your market, knows everything that's happening, keeps up to date with the market as well. So our realtors we have one that is intricate to our team, so she's like our go-to. So
she's an investor as well, so she understands what we do.
Yeah, she understands that you make money when you buy it, not when you sell it.
There you go.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Isn't that funny that if you do real estate, everybody knows that term?
Yes.
It's very, very true. Very true. So you also have two boys that I saw on the show, and they're very much into basketball, and they're really good at dribbling a ball. It's Keenan and Kennedy, right?
Correct.
Yes. So tell me a little bit about, they're in the show. I mean, some people will say, oh, we don't want the family involved in the show, or we don't want to show them on the show. But I think it makes you guys even more real by seeing the kids in the show. I think that's cool. Hey guys, I want to take a second and thank Comfort Pro. Since 2001, Comfort Pro has been helping customers stay comfortable where they live, work, and play. They have 24/7 emergency service and a 100% customer satisfaction guarantee. If you need help with your heating and air conditioning or indoor air quality, call Comfort Pro at 484-917-1803. Mention the show and receive a free humidifier with the installation of a complete system.
Absolutely. And one, they're part of the business. They're part of what we're building. So it was only natural that people actually see our day to day, right? Because our life is not just flipping in real estate. Yeah. They are a huge part of it. So it makes sense to really have them on the show so people can see the balance that we have, right? The real estate.
How you try to juggle and try to balance.
Right.
Yeah. We're all trying to balance with kids.
Absolutely. I remember we were going to do an episode where they was like, hey, we should really do a day in the life of me. And because they was like, man, you're just going nonstop. We should really show people what you do from the moment you wake up till that until you go down. So they was like, hey, could you send us your schedule? Just document what you do and send it to us for like 2 or 3 days.
That was the first mistake they made. Asking for her schedule, all that she does in a day.
I sent it to them and they were like, okay, well.
They're like, maybe we'll do another show with that.
Exactly. They was like, and that's what they said. They said, this is an entire show on its own. They was like, you really do all of this and then film for 10 hours a day. So we film 5 days a week, 10 hours a day.
Wow. That's a lot of film.
For about 9 to 10 months straight.
That's a lot.
Yes.
Yeah.
And when I sent the schedule and they was like, 5 a.m.
Oh, yeah.
Basketball, this, a training at 6 a.m. Hair and makeup. Then you go through filming. Then you get off immediately. You run, grab the boys, get one to training here, get the other. They're like,
cook dinner.
What?
Yeah.
Cook. Like they were, okay, maybe not do a day in the life. They said, man, we'd have to pay this whole crew double overtime to cover this.
Did they ask what Dedric does then?
I just look pretty. That's all. That's all I do.
That is funny. No, that's the thing with with what you guys are doing. It's a lot. I mean, that's a lot. I can't imagine putting that into. I mean, we're busy. We have 2 kids too. I get that part of it definitely. And my wife is amazing with that. I'm definitely more like Dedric a little bit, where she knows all the schedules. You know, I always say mommies are amazing. They really are. They really are. I don't know what we would do without them. They're the best.
Absolutely.
Yep, absolutely is right. Well, I love it that they're on the show, and I love it that they're part of the whole business and everything. And I know that's a big thing for you guys because I read that in different places on your website. I read it in different places where you want them to be involved. You want them to learn about what you guys are doing, which is really cool because the kids learn from what you do, not from what you say.
Absolutely.
So it's very important. This is the one thing I wanted to say that I really, really enjoyed. It really hit home for me. And it's on, I think it's on your one pager. We call them one pagers when somebody's trying to book, when we're trying to book you as a guest or whatever. It said, with just 18 summers to shape their children's futures, the Polites have made every moment count, proving that success doesn't have to come at the cost of family. I love that. You know, when we think about summers, or you think about, instead of us saying somebody's going to be 18 years old or whatever, and you think about all those days in between, but when you say 18 summers, that really, really hits home.
Yes.
Yeah.
Really hits home.
How limited the time is, Brad.
Yes.
We only have 18 summers to make those memories. And we try, like we have multiple vacations and trips, and it's about the memories, right? It's not about the stuff.
Oh, absolutely.
What memories you create with your family and your loved ones.
No, that really hit me, and it actually affected me as I'm thinking back. Because my daughter's 13, so there's only five more there, and my son's 10, and it really hit me. I like kind of was like an emotional moment, you know, when I read that, and so I love that, and I think it's really cool that you guys realize that. You know, there was another statistic that I just heard. It was on Ed Milet's show the other day. I quote him a lot, and I listen to him a lot on podcasts. And they said that that you guys will appreciate this. From 0 to 12 years old is when you'll spend 75% of the time that you're ever going to spend with your kids from 0 to 12.
I agree.
From 12 on is the other 25%. So isn't that scary, or isn't that like that hits home?
Yes, it does, and it's so true because we have a 12-year-old. And you can see that now.
Yeah.
And that's
because they have friends. They want to do their friend things. They become more independent. Yes, yes.
See it now, like now that he's hit 12. And he'll be
get
like,
a little jealous of the one thing with the
friend. And me and such name 4 or 5 friends. Can we go to Sky Zone this weekend?
Yeah, Sky Zone.
And I'm like, yeah, sure, you can go to Sky Zone. Whereas before, it would be like, hey, mommy, can we all go to Sky Zone this weekend?
Yes. Oh, it's so true.
To the movies this weekend. But I tell people, when I articulate to people that we have 18 summers with our children, that was exactly what we said even to the network when we got started. I told them, I said, listen, I have 18 summers with my children, and I expect and intend to spend every moment we can with them. So when I say 5:00 is cutoff time for filming. Guess what? It's not 5:01 or 5:02.
Good for you.
As soon as it hit 5, whatever you don't have, you won't get, because after that, I'm running now
Family time.
to my family. I still got to cook for my family. I still got to help with homework. I want to know what's happening in school. And it's because I constantly keep in my mind, I have 18 summers with them before at that point, you're hoping they come back home, right? You're hoping like, in college during the summers, they want to come home. But I tell people true generational wealth, and anyone who follows us and knows us know we speak a lot about generational wealth. And that's just because both of us came from generational poverty.
Yeah.
So we already know what that looks like. But I like to also let people know true generational wealth for me is when your children want to come home when they're older and they want to see their parents. They want to spend time with you. That is true generational wealth, not how much money you've left them, how many doors that you've left them. It's awesome. About, do my children want to be able to be around my husband and I when they don't have to be in 25, 35, 40, like we want to be with our mothers now.
That's awesome. That's really cool. Didn't think the show was going in this direction, but I love it, man. This is great. It's a different direction, but this is what I love about doing the show is that, you get to meet people and we all have families. We all have an upbringing. We all have somewhere we came from.
Yeah.
But I think we're always trying to make our kids in a better situation, and we're trying to do the generational wealth of kids coming back home to see their parents. That's just an awesome thing. Never heard that before. It's very, very cool. And I hope to be that for my kids too, or our kids too. And I think, my wife and I, that's what we strive for. You strive for, that they are proud of us and want to come back to us.
Yep.
And Brad, I just want to make one point, and that's why we chose to be entrepreneurs. Yeah. Right? Being a business owner, nothing wrong with having a job, but being a business owner, sometimes you trade in a 40-hour-a-week job for an 80-hour-a-week business. Yeah. But it also can afford you freedom, right? Yeah. We don't miss any of the school events. We don't miss a game. We're able to travel all around the country every weekend with them, competitive soccer, competitive basketball, because we started a business and we built the company. So that's why I always encourage people to either start a business or have a side hustle or something that can give you that financial freedom and, more importantly, the time freedom to spend those 18 summers with your kids.
Yeah, no, that's cool. And I agree with you 100%. A lot of people do have side hustles now today to be able to have a little bit more freedom. The other thing, too, that I've noticed in the workplace today is I think the owners I know we are as owners of a company, they're a lot different than they were when I grew up. My parents weren't allowed to leave work for anything. They just weren't. I mean, my dad and my mom, they didn't go to any of my stuff during the day. And I'm not saying anything bad about my parents. My parents are wonderful and I love them so much, but they couldn't leave work. And today, thank God, I think our society has definitely realized that the family unit is more important than the dollar bill in many, many times. And that if the employee is not happy or the employee is missing their family, they're not providing the best job at their work. They're just not, because they're not doing it right. So it's interesting to hear that. And I think that's what I love about being in real estate too. I mean, everybody says, yeah, but you work like 75 hours a week. Yeah, but it's when I want to.
Yes.
You know what I mean? It's when I want to work. Yes, I work more than somebody working 40 hours a week, but I can also go to the Halloween party during the day at school, So it's interesting. And I love hearing that. The similarities is really cool. It's really good to hear. So I got to tell you a little bit about my flip experience. And you guys, I noticed that you have a team. Okay, you have a team of people. So like you have a contractor. I mean, you guys help too. I saw on the show that you guys are in there with hammers and busting stuff apart. You're there at the houses and stuff. But the mistake I made, and you can maybe let me know if you ever made this mistake. It was just me and like my wife at the time, and I think my dad. And what we did is we decided we were going to do everything ourselves.
Oh,
you saw Chip and Joanna. You're like, I'm throwing the tool belt.
We were deciding we were going to do everything ourselves. And this is way before HGTV stuff. This is way before. This is like 25 years ago. So I'm like, yeah, I can do this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to tear the cabinets out. I'm going to buy new cabinets. I'm going to paint the place myself. Well, you realize you think you can do it real fast. But then it became like 2 months, then 3 months. Yes. And then you forget you have a job.
Yeah.
So I'm out trying to sell real estate. Well, it ended up taking 90 days until we got this place done. And it basically, the interest and it sitting and all that really chewed up a lot of our profits, because it ended up, we didn't get on the market until 90 days. And then back then it wasn't 30-day sales. It was like 60 or 90 days until you settled. So we were out 180 days. Now you guys know that's money.
Wow. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
So
almost made that same mistake.
did you almost do that?
Almost, because I thought if you were flipping a house, you had to have a tool belt. You're the guy.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
And I told Krystal, like, hey, we're going to do this. And she was like, hold on. She was like, first of all, you're not handy. Second of all, you don't know anything about construction. Third, you're more of an office guy than a field guy. She was like, we'll make more money by hiring someone than us trying. I'd have to
so right.
Right. And she was so right. I'm glad she did.
Yeah, no, but I didn't have Krystal on my side at that moment. So nobody was there to tell me who I really am. Because I'm not mechanical either. I'm not. I mean, if you give me a wall to bash down, yeah, I can do that. But I'm not.
Everybody can do demo.
Exactly. Demo's easy. It's the everything else. It really is.
It's the everything else.
Now, where did you guys get the eye for? I know, Krystal, you go into a house and you were like, I want this wall out. I want to open this up. I mean, is this just training from the 10,000 hours, or did you actually always have a knack for design?
No, actually, it's just from the 10,000 hours. It's funny, but the design of a house really comes from my love of puzzles.
Oh, goodness. You're kidding me.
And it's the funniest thing. That is like my piece is doing a puzzle.
Oh, wow.
A jigsaw puzzle. So, and I look at everything like a puzzle. So when I go into houses, that's the first thing I'm looking at is the structure and the design of a house. And it becomes a puzzle to me. How can I maximize it? So that's literally how I look at houses and design. It's just another puzzle to me. That's awesome. And that's really where it came from.
Yeah, you're good at it. I mean, I know you have there was another lady that was on there that was there helping you pick out the tiles.
Yes,
and you were picking. Yeah. She's on the show. I think she's part of the team, if I remember correctly.
Yes, our design manager.
Yeah, she was great.
Season 1, we didn't really have a team. Our team was very small.
Oh, I'm going to have to watch.
We almost killed ourselves in season 1. Watch season 1.
I got to watch season 1 now that I saw that one of these, because this was in season 2, the one I think I saw, or it was later.
It almost wasn't a season 2.
We were so stressed because listen, we had like a 3-person team doing the work of 15 people. So we were so stressed. Like, I'm like 20 pounds lighter.
Yes.
We both had lost so much weight. It was so stressful. So season 2, when we came back, we had a bigger team because it's a lot of moving parts.
I'll tell you, the day we wrapped season 1, that's why we ended season 1 early. We had 10 properties that we were supposed to do. We stopped at 6.
Wow.
Because we was like, look, somebody gonna die. If we like to put
I have a feeling Dedric would have been the one that's going to get wasted.
No, it's going to be one of them contractors.
Oh, one of the contractors. Okay.
We baby Jesus. Let's go on and Dedric said, let's wrap this up before we both end up in jail. I said, I agree.
Wow.
But it literally the day after we wrapped, I remember it like it was yesterday. We both laid back in the bed, looked at each other, and we was like, we ain't doing no damn season 2. We were both over it. We was like, we good.
Oh,
we ain't doing season 2. We don't care what they ask. And it wasn't until we came back and we had some time off. Look, and
went on vacation,
meditated, prayed. And then a couple months later, we was like, okay, we just got to come back. And then had a lot of people talking to us in our ear, like, listen, first season is always the hardest. But we also didn't follow instructions of some people that we know who also have flipping shows.
Yeah.
And it was like, hey, this is going to be your job. This is going to be this is your new job.
Yeah.
So you're not going to be able to do all the things that you were doing previous. This is going to consume your time. And we was like, they don't know us. We multitask. We had like 5 companies going. We was like, yeah, we good. What?
Oh my gosh.
I told him never. And I'm usually the one who listens.
Yeah.
Like when somebody tells me that, I'm not one who likes to learn the hard way.
Yeah.
And when they told us that, after we realized, we said they ain't never lied. We kept trying to run this whole TV show and then run a
wholesaling company, a flipping company.
Oh my gosh! Yeah, there's no way. You need to delegate. You have to leverage. If you don't leverage, you'll be like having a heart attack.
We learned that in season 2.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I could definitely tell, because you guys seem pretty calm, and in what I saw, you seem pretty calm.
A lot less stressful.
I gotta watch season 1. This is gonna be funny, because I'm gonna sit down and watch and be like, oh yeah, there's somebody gonna die.
Yeah, yes. And you'll see the tension during.
Oh
season
really?
2. Like,
oh, this is good.
Us in our contract, you'll see it. You're gonna be like, ooh.
Yeah, man, Krystal's getting a little mad.
You're like, oh, this is documentary style. This is definitely unscripted.
Yeah. Oh, that's great. That's great. So before we wrap this up, what have you learned through this whole process? And I'm sure there's like a lesson that you learned, and there are actually your past season 2. Is there possibly a season 3? Do you want to keep doing this? I mean, is there anything that you see in the future with the show, or are you like, okay, we did it and now we're gonna just do our own thing?
Well, we did sign up for 4 seasons.
Oh, wow.
So
okay.
We are 2 through 4. So each year they renew you.
Okay.
So we won't know until probably the end of this year if there'll be a season 3.
Okay.
So for us though, we've definitely talked about it. Like, we would, if season 3 is greenlit, we'll come back for a 3rd season as well. And it's more so just because of the, outpouring of support and love that we've gotten from the show, just to see how that show and the format has changed so many people's lives. Oh, cool. And it's just because they're seeing a flipping show that's not $1 million flip.
Yes, I love that part. That part.
Attainable and inspirational to so many people. Like, this is something I can do on my part-time. This is something I can do and keep my day job. This is something that, is attainable for me. And we've had people from all over the country reach out to us, people in prison.
Oh, wow.
Because A&E's big in prison.
Oh, I didn't know that. Didn't know.
And they're like, hey, when I get out, you guys have inspired me to go into construction.
That's awesome.
To flipping homes.
That's cool. Yeah. That's very cool.
They write us letters from prison.
That's neat. So you think you're going to do a season 3, and hopefully you can, which would be great. And anything else? I mean, are you guys going to just keep flipping, or are you going to do more rentals, or?
Well, no, the platform that has given us, Brad, has been an amazing platform. It was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. We're currently getting more into commercial. So I was just evaluating an industrial, a $3 million industrial office conversion today. So we're getting more into commercial. We do own a mobile home park. We got into Sky Zone trampoline parks. So we sold one of our rentals, and we bought the rights to Sky Zone from Burlington, North Carolina.
Oh, get out of here. That's great. We have one here locally in Lancaster. There's one. Yeah.
Yeah,
I think, did we go to,
because you guys were up at Spooky Nook, right?
In Pittsburgh, we went to one too in that area.
Yeah,
I don't know if
we sure did.
Yeah,
they're cool. They're really cool. Yeah, they're amazing.
And that's where franchises are huge and next for us as well. So my dream and goal has always been to own a chain of FECs. So we'll definitely be owning quite a few family entertainment centers, which are like Sky Zone.
Yeah, they're great. They're amazing. I know what I was going to say. This is what I want to say. I love the fact that the price range you guys are doing, that's what I was going to say, is actually, like you said, it's attainable.
Yes,
like a lot of these shows, you're like, oh, well, they bought it for 600, they put 300,000 into it, and now they sold it for $1 million, and they made $200,000. That is just not. That's not my wheelhouse. That's not happening.
But they'll say the husband's a school teacher. And right, he must be a professor.
Yeah, he's doing a side hustle for sure. So
and then you're wondering how you get the money to do a flip like that.
Exactly. But what I loved is it was totally in your price range is pretty much like ours. Like the house that you bought and what you sold it for, that's my bread and butter right there. That's my life. So like you bought it for 170, you sold it for 300. We would do that around here. Absolutely. Yeah. And that's what it was. That was really cool, because I don't think I've ever seen a flip show that actually had houses that to me were like real home, like everyday homes. Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
and
so that's cool.
That's why so many people gravitated towards it, because they're like, this is the first flipping show that they've ever seen. Houses that a lot of them grew up in, houses that people drive by in neighborhoods they wouldn't necessarily stop in. But, or this is my neighborhood, and I didn't realize the beauty of it anymore. And that these houses can look like this.
Yeah, it's cool. So it's funny too. We have, I've done podcasts with agents in California, Beverly Hills and stuff. That house that you sold there, that in the shape it was in when you bought it would have been 1.2 million in California.
Oh, we went to San Diego.
Seriously, it's like it just blows your mind.
1.6 million for a 3-bed, 2-bath, fixer upper.
We were like, what?
Who can afford that? It's like, I always say, like, who? What are they doing?
What do they do for work?
Yeah, exactly.
We spoke to a realtor out there because we were out there also for business, and we spoke to an agent. He was like, "Yeah, it's the dirt."
Yeah, it's the dirt. It's the land. It's the land. Yeah,
it's the dirt.
It's incredible,
I'm
right?
Like, insane.
Yeah, it's amazing. Unbelievable. Well, I got to say, I am so glad that you guys got on the show. We missed you a couple of weeks ago or months ago. Somehow we missed you. You were coming into Pittsburgh or something. I think your flight was...
We were leaving.
Oh, leaving Pittsburgh. That's what it was.
From our son got invited to USA basketball camp out there.
Awesome. That's great.
And it started thundering, storming, and we got stuck there.
Oh, wow. Well, it's not a bad city. I like Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh's pretty nice, actually. Can't beat it.
It was.
Well, thanks so much for coming on. I want you to come back again, if you can, to talk about your family entertainment centers that you're going to be doing. I also want to talk about if you're going to be doing a season 3, if that actually happens, you guys got to come back on. So I want to talk about that, too.
Absolutely.
All right.
It's been a pleasure, Brad. Thanks for having us.
All right. You're very welcome. Thanks so much. All right, there you go. Dedric and Krystal Polite. I got that last name. If you had the name like Polite as your last name, that's just wonderful.
You can't be rude.
Yeah, exactly. You can't be rude. That's exactly right. But that's amazing. Make sure you check out this show. They have season 1 and season 2 of 50/50 Flip. It's on A&E. It's on Hulu. It is a great show. I'm going to be watching more of it. I want to watch season 1 because it sounds like it was pretty heated. All right, that's about it. Thanks for watching us every Thursday at 7 p.m. We will see you next week. Thank you. Hey guys, if you're looking to buy or sell a house in Berks County or beyond, let me know. This is Brad Weisman from The Brad Weisman Show. You probably know I'm also a realtor, but I wanted to remind you, if you have any questions or you need anything, please give me a call, 484-256-5836. Thanks.